Hi guys, and welcome to the State of Crypto, your one-stop source for all crypto-related news. I'm your host Martin, and this is episode 91. Walmart joins Ripple partners, Bitcoin rich release has grown by 30%, and Einstein exchange shuts down. Guys, if you're catching this stream live, welcome, and if you're catching the replay and have any suggestions, please leave us a comment below. We really want to know what you are thinking. Now, if you want to be up to date with the latest crypto-related news, make sure you subscribe, you hit that like button and that bell so you're notified when we go live. And yeah, if you want to keep on chatting with us once the stream is on, you can join us on the Discord. The link is in the description. Happy Tuesday, guys. I hope you're having a blast. I hope your weekend is starting strong and looking great. And yeah, I really hope that you are enjoying yourselves. Now, let's get on to that screen that you're more familiar with, and let's start the show, right? Let's get on to the articles, right? The dough of the stream, right? And then we'll look at the charts. Anyways, a Vancouver exchange, Einstein exchange, has shut down, or it's being shut down. As part of the application to the Supreme Court, the commission stated that it had received numerous complaints from Einstein clients who had not been able to access their assets. On October 31st, Einstein told the commission it would be closing within 2 months due to a lack of profit, and it was attempting to sell its assets to another provider. Now, according to the commission, the company was incorporated in December 2017 by its sole director, Michael Ongun Goktruk, as a cryptocurrency exchange dealing with Bitcoin, Dash, Ethereum, and other digital currencies. Now, the commission alleges Einstein improperly used their customers' assets. Einstein owes over $16 million to the users, and this came after the Securities Commission applied to the Supreme Court of British Columbia for an order appointing an interim receiver to preserve and protect any assets of the Einstein exchange based in downtown Vancouver. Now, they are also stating that they were potentially doing money laundering, right? They do say it. It's a very, very short article. It's just like 5 or 6 small paragraphs, right? Anyways, somewhere on here they do said like money laundering or potential money laundering. There we go. Anyways, it's kind of sad to see an exchange shut down. We talked about one shutting down yesterday because they were not making a lot of profit. This one is also alleging that they're not making a lot of profit. Also, I mean, they were probably caught red-handed trying to do something illegal. That's why they're getting shut down. And their assets are being handed to a third party to hold again so that, you know, the users' assets are preserved. Now, like I said, it kind of sucks when exchanges get shut down, specifically if you have your money there and now you don't know when you're going to be able to withdraw it and you cannot transact with it for the time being. Anyways, on to the next article. This I should have put towards the end after Binance, but I just wanted to touch on it because it's something that it's interesting. And it's a Stellar Foundation just destroyed half of the supply of its looming cryptocurrency. Now, this is also a very short article, so again, very, very hard to summarize, but again, I'll try to do the best I can to summarize it so you guys don't have to go through the whole article. And the Stellar Development Foundation has burned 55 billion of the XLM tokens. That's over half of the supply. That's what CEO Danielle Dixon announced from the stage at Stellar Meridian Convention or Conference in Mexico City. That will happen today. The conference was yesterday and today. Again, I wish I could have gone, but again, you know, day work, you know, had to go and work. So again, that's what paid the bills. So, you know, couldn't go to the conference. I wish I could have gone, and it would have been amazing to be there. Anyways, coin was IXX RLC, not IREC. Oh, okay, cool. That's the one you were talking from yesterday, right? I saw you posted on the comments on the video from the prior day, man. And I tried to ask you which one it was, but I don't believe I saw that reply. Thank you, anonymous user, for being here, man. I expect RCL. Okay. Okay, I'll look into that one today, right? Anyways, previously there had been 105 billion XLM in existence with 20 billion in circulation. With this burn, the supply has shrunk to 50 billion. Dixon started by saying we didn't start by wanting to burn. We started by asking what do we need. So as much as they wanted to use the lumens that they held, it was hard to get them into the market again. Probably because not a lot of people are buying lumens, right? It has been underperforming. They are like a Ripple copy concept, right? But they're not signing on partners. They're really not doing much. They're trying to find a good use case, and I do believe they might find it, but again, not as strong as Ripple, right? Anyways, in the hour following the announcement, XLM price jumped 14% to 08 cents. To 8 cents, $0.08. Sorry, according to data provider Nomics. Now, Dixon told the CoinDesk that she couldn't anticipate how the crypto market might react, saying, "I don't know. I really just don't have a sense at all of what the market response is. From my standpoint, is how the ecosystem feels about it. We get a lot of positive response from the ecosystem because we are right-sizing what the foundation has and the foundation holds." Again, I believe they wanted to get the price to go up, and the easiest way to do it is you burn half of the supply, then there's less coins in the market, so the price has to go up, and it went at least 50% more, right? It was sitting around 6 cents, went up to like around 8, almost 9 cents. So again, it almost doubled in value, but at least a good 33% up, I guess. Anyways, the foundation controls 30 billion XLM divided into several buckets. That means there's only 20 that people hold. Anyways, their buckets are 12 billion XLM in the direct development fund, right, formerly called operations. 10 billion that got set aside for investments. Under user acquisition, the foundation has 6 billion. Ecosystem support 2 billion, and basically the supply of XLM is fixed, and because the community token holders voted to discontinue inflation on October 28th. Now SDF will not burn any additional lumens. That's what they're stating, right? So let's go look really quick at the markets on the daily. Yesterday we had a red day, 0.24% down. Right now, a red day also, 0.16. Again, money flowing out of the crypto sphere with very little. Again, I do believe the stock market had a record-breaking day yesterday. I haven't looked at it, but I do believe they had a pretty good day. Yesterday closing at 242.90 billion. Right now, sitting at 242.37 billion. Crypto Bitcoin dominance. Yesterday, it lost a lot of dominance, 0.72%. Again, a lot compared to the small losses it was having, right? And right now it's losing 0.06%. Yesterday, from an opening of 69.68, closing at 69.19, and right now sitting at 69.15% of market cap. Now, we are still below 20 MA. We are still in that downsloping channel for dominance. And is it good? Is it bad? Like I always say, it depends on what your outlook is, right? Really quick, before we go into the Bitcoin article, I just want to show this out. We called this out yesterday. We said we could potentially break to the upside. It was more likely, but if we broke to the downside, we did talk about targets. We talk about bouncing off here. We did bounce off there. I do have it here. As we were bouncing right there at the 20 MA, we hit it and we bounced off it, and I sent it on the Discord. And then we kept on descending, and guess what? We touched that downsloping line, right? That downsloping resistance that we had from the falling wedge, downsloping triangle. Depends on which time frame we're looking at, and we bounced off that, and we kind of hit a new high. Right now we're going low again, still below 20 MA. I'll extend this line real quick, and then I'll go into the news, right? But again, see, what we called out did play out, so I'm confident with what we say here in the stream. Like I said, I'll point you to all directions that could potentially happen, and then you just have to keep an eye out for the market, right? And if I'm awake and I'm looking at the market, I'll toss it on the Discord so you guys are aware that stuff is going down. Now let's go into the Bitcoin. What is happening? Bitcoin rich list has grown by 30% in the last year, but why? Well, the Bitcoin rich list is a number of addresses holding more than 1,000 Bitcoin, and it has grown in the past 12 months, possibly reflecting an influx of high net worth investors. That's what the article is stating, right? They're using a metric from Coinmetrics that is registering growth of 30% since September 2018. right? And they have adjusted to exclude addresses known to belong to exchanges, right? And the fear still shows a similar surge. So there are 2,148 addresses that contain more than 1,000 bitcoins. And investor analyst Willie Wu believes that the list has expanded mainly due to increased investor participation in the market. He's stating the two options that we have we have high net worth investors coming in, or it could be cold storage practice at the exchanges and custody solutions. The latter explanation cannot be ruled out, but it does not coincide with the other data we have on the timing of when supply increased at the entities. For now, I'm going with the first explanation. So again, the first explanation being that they have high net worth investors coming in, right? That's it. So again, people with money coming in. That's why the list has grown. So that's the only article I do have for Bitcoin. There wasn't much. A lot of the stuff is what we talked about yesterday and the day before, I guess. So with that out of the way, let's go look at the Bitcoin and see what it's doing, right? We were talking about potential move to the upside. We're not seeing it. We're actually moving to the downside again still today. I'll leave that there. I believe that's what it was. Maybe here. We're not getting that move pumped to the upside that we wanted to see on this, right? We're making less positive momentum. Are we doing something here, man? No, we're lower than here. So again, no bearish divergence developing here. Are we doing bearish divergence here? No bearish divergence either on the RSI, right? So again, we're sitting at 57.91 on the RSI, more or less neutral. That positive momentum decreasing, sitting above that 20 MA, and volatility still open on the Bollinger Bands again. So not much going on right now, right? So from yesterday to today, you can see we developed a red day, but it was very short, and right now we're developing another red day. But again, we still have a lot of hours to go for this day to conclude. Before we do that, I do want to look at the monthly again, because we said usually Novembers tend to be green, right? And we are still on the green on November, so it's a pretty good thing. Now let's go back to the daily. Now I'm going to jump into the 4 hours. So where are we at the 4 hours? We had this sort of pennant forming. We said we could potentially break to the outside, broke to the downside. We called targets. We said that hit that line, right? That old resistance, and we hit it. We bounced off it. You know, we're above that 20 MA on the 4 hours. Seem to have touched it and are rejecting lower prices right now. Are we doing something interesting on the histogram, right? Let's see. Well, this is lower, this is higher. So again, you're going higher also, so nothing there. You're going lower right now, and you're going lower on your histogram. So again, less positive momentum, so nothing there as well. No bearish divergence developing. Also, no bearish divergence on your RSI. So again, you're just having what we could call potentially regular market fluctuation, right? You're seeing neutral on your RSI at 51.06. Again, have reset that oscillator. You're resetting your histogram. You're going back to zero. We might get a cross on the next, maybe on the next hour, a 4 hour candle, sorry, of the MACD line over the signal line. So again, they're almost touching. So again, I do believe we're going to get it, and we're going to start developing some negative momentum. If we develop negative momentum, I do hope we come down here, make some bullish divergence, and then pump to the upside, right? Again, right now we're still within this range of support resistance, right? I'll just extend this for a little bit, and as you can see, yeah, we're still trading within the area. We're still range bound by that 10,219 and the 8,983. Sorry, I didn't say the price of Bitcoin, sitting at $9,296.57. So again, not much going on. You could certainly, if you wanted to, move this to here, and you would be still making some sort of a downsloping, like a downsloping triangle. It would just be farther out, and you know, using this latest touch point, and you could also more or less trace it as a channel, right? Short-term bearish sentiment. I'm on the fence on Bitcoin, man, to be honest. I do believe it has potential to go to the upside. I'm not sure how soon we're going to get it. And again, being that Novembers have been green when we have looked at them, I do believe that there is a chance that we might pump to the upside still. Just from looking at that historical data that we looked at yesterday, right? And seeing that only 2017 was red. And after that, before that, from 2018 was red. So from 17 to 11, we're talking 6 years of green Novembers, right? So that's the thing that's giving me hope for Bitcoin right now, to have this coin pump to the upside still, or at least hold a positive green candle in November. Again, we could just stagnate the whole month, move sideways within this channel. I don't believe it's going to happen, but we could, and still make a green month, because right now we're making a green month. So again, I'm not sure. We should have pumped a lot more from here, but again, maybe we're seeing some indecision in the market, right? And that's what's stopping us from running to the upside, right? So let's go into the 1 hour, man. On the 1 hour, again, I was talking about this. We touched this, you know, pump to the upside after that. Had some really nice move, right? We kind of wanted to go to the downside again, but reversed it nicely, breaking above that 20 MA. Right now, sitting below that 20 MA. Contraction starting to happen on the Bollinger Bands. We're starting to see them turn in a little bit more here, and here you can see we're making a negative momentum still. Right on the positive side, let's see. High, lower, high again. You're going lower on your positive momentum. You're going much lower here on the positive momentum still. So again, you're going with the market. No divergence here on the top part. Also, no divergence here on the RSI, right? Low, lower, and lower. So low, lower, and lower. On the bottom part, let's see. You're going low, higher, low, higher, low. So again, low, higher, low, higher, low. I think that could happen again. Come down here maybe to this low, right? This point here. Make less negative momentum, and then try to pump to the upside on that bullish divergence that we could potentially create, and also on your RSI, right? Low, higher, low, higher, low. So no divergence happening on the 1 hour right now. We could start to maybe fluctuate within this area, right, and create a larger triangle again. I'm gonna adjust this a little bit more to go here, and you know, I'll take that one from there and go there, right? And this could also potentially be a valid structure right now. I'm not seeing anything else. We're just moving sideways within that range, and we have been doing it since, I'll call it back here, that we had like a breakout over there. So October the 25th, we've just been within this range. And most of the movement within the 10,219 and the 8,983 has been within this blue triangle that I have that used to be a old support resistance, right? What are the odds of constant green November's 17 exception? 18 exception. What are the odds, dude? I mean, I'm not going by that because it's not real technical analysis. I'm just saying that historical data is the only thing that's giving me hope, right? I'm looking at historical data, see how November's behave. Maybe people want to get a Christmas bonus and they put their money in Bitcoin on November and hope that it'll go up, and then they can cash out on December and buy toys for their kids. I'm not sure, man. I mean, I'm not sure why November's having green. Last year, I'm not sure why it was red, but I mean, there's probably some technicals that we can look at if we go back into the historical data. But just by going by historical, right? What I did yesterday was just like a very crude overview by saying, look, it's green, it's green, it's green, it's green, it's red, and then it's right now, it's green right now. So the odds, I don't have the full data on this chart. I would need to find a chart that goes back to 2009, whenever it got into an exchange, you know. But right now, the odds would be that you're making it green right now, so it will be nine Novembers from 2011, right? So you would be having 8 green and 1 red, I guess. That was a count. So the odds are highly in your favor that it will potentially be green if it is a pattern that repeats itself, right? I'm not sure yet if there's seasonality on this or not, but if it's a seasonality thing, then you can probably expect this November to also be green, right? I'm not doing any statisticals on this, and if you would have to adjust for trend, seasonality, etc. for statistics, but I'm not doing the statistics right now. So, history tends to be very helpful. Q4 looks promising. Yeah. Look, I'll go monthly, right? And then we'll look at Qs. This chart doesn't have that data that far back. It goes 2015. Where was this one that had the data to 2011? Yeah, here, 2011. Let me see if I have another one that has the data farther back. I don't. So of the charts that I have, this one is the one that goes farther back. It goes to August 1st, 2011. So if you want, we can do a count, right? Going from 2011 to right now. And we'll look at the Qs average, right? And we'll do it with... We'll do it with shapes to make it easier. We'll do it with rectangles, right? So again, before I do this, let me go here. And here we'll have November, right? So sorry, 2011 was red. I believe it was green for some reason, but anyways, let's see. November So this Q, right? Sorry, going one farther, but just the 3 candles within. I can't go halfway. So this goes to the next bar. So again, you would have 3 green Q, right? So November, December, January. That would be your Q. Unless you want to go October, then October would be red, and November, December you kind of recovered a little bit. But anyways, that'll be 1 Q, right? So we'll take the same Qs, I guess. So November, December, January would have been all green here, right? So positive, right? And then February going much higher. So let's look right now over here. October, November, December. But January recovering a little bit. So again, you see November large green. So that will be another Q with potential positive data there, right? Anyways, this one would be red Q. But again, you're having a green November. So out of 8, sorry, it would be out of 9, it would be 7 greens, I guess. Then that would be I miscalled by 1. So September, October. So here we go. October, November, January. So again, if you got in on November, you probably would have been profitable still, but you know you still would have a green November, right? So let's go to this one. This one goes a little bit crazy, but again, October, November, and February, right? So again, you have a green November, green December, and a red indecision January. So again, you would have had profit on this Q. Here there will be October, November, February. Okay, here we go. So basically, you would have had profit on November, and then you would have undone it on your December profit. You would have undone it on January, right? So again, a positive Q again. Now going 2019, this would be your suckiest one by because you lost. That Q would have been negative, and then again this Q. Right now, November at least, developing green, right? So out of the count, what did we do? Most of them were positive, so over half were positive. Yeah, if you want to take that as historical data that helps you make a decision, then yeah, your December, January Qs would seem to be good. But again, like I said, Novembers do tend to be green, right? At least 7 of the 9 previous. Well, this one's still counting, so I'm counting this one still. So it will be 7 out of the previous 9 Novembers have been green, man. Anyways, like I said, that's not really technical analysis. That's just looking at historical data, right? I wouldn't bank my money on just a coin toss. But again, if you do believe that history tends to repeat itself and there's value on that, then, you know, be my guest. Make a call. Anyways, what we can see, we're within this structure, apparently, that I just shifted the triangle, right, and it could still be valid. When I drew it up here, I said it was a very small pattern and we could break it, right? Yeah, 7 out of the 9. Yeah, it would be 77%, I guess. Yeah, maybe. I would have to bring out my calculator, man. I'm not gonna. I had a really tough day today, man. I'm not gonna do head math right now. So you said 7 divided by 9. There we go. Yeah, 77.77777777778. Anyways, yeah, we're having a green November so far. Anyways, what is going on here on the micro, dude? Like I said, we can't determine anything right now. Apparently, this trend could be valid. However, our second anchor point is this one. So again, we could still shift it and move it. When I drew this, a smaller triangle that I had, I said it was a very short pattern that could potentially be invalidated, and that's why I talked about a move to the downside as well. And I talked about hitting this midline, talked about hitting this other line down here, the old resistance that is now support. We just confirmed it by bouncing off it. And now we're starting to move to the upside again, and now breaking the downside slowly. But again, not developing any divergence on the 1 hour. So you, like I said, it could potentially just be regular market fluctuation. Let's wait and see how this keeps on developing, right? And then we might get a better clue as to what is to come. So Anonymous, what do I call you, man? I call you Anonymous the whole time. That's how you show up on the chat. So do I just keep on calling you Anonymous, or do you much rather go by something else? Mr. Anonymous, Mr. A, the dude. I'm not sure. Let me know, man. Jam. Let's go to Ethereum. According to Hur the Master, Ethereum's culture is anti-ethical to the cypherpunk ethos. As such, it can only lead to the project to greater centralization and make it dysfunctional, as this guy suggests, right? Anyways, in order to prove its point, the Mister posted 4 tweets, one of which was originally published by the developer Vlad Samfir, while the other 3 were posted by the co-founder Vitalik Buterin. Now, Vlad Samfir's tweet states that trust reduction is not a cypherpunk value, but an authoritarian attempt to shut down blockchain governance. One of Buterin's tweets indicates and actually states that the idea of average user personally validating the entire history of the system is a weird mountain of man fantasy. Now, Vlad Samfir in 2017 also tweeted that Ethereum isn't safe or scalable. It is an immature experimental tech. Don't rely on it for mission critical apps unless absolutely necessary. So again, in 2017, one of the creators, right, one of the coders, developers, was stating that it was not scalable, right, and it's not safe. What did Buterin and can't remember the other guy's name came out and said the other day? We knew it was not scalable. That's why they're having so many problems. Again, they're trying to fix them, right, with all these hard forks and all this stuff that's going on. But again, if scalability is going to be an issue, why don't they just develop another coin and shift everything to there? Yeah, it's going to take time, but at some point in time, the system is probably going to break if it's not scalable, right? You're going to have problems, and then those problems are going to lead to loss of credibility. And then if you want to develop something else, people are not going to trust you because you already screwed up once. So they might as well, cut their losses, develop something else at par with their current system. Or the current crypto Ethereum, their current blockchain technology, and then develop something else and have that, and then slowly start to shift their Ethereum base to the new blockchain, right? Man, thanks for the support, man. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, thanks for being here, man. For sure, it's great, man. Nice. Thanks, I appreciate it, man, for sure. Anyways, that's the only news I have for Ethereum. So I'm going to jump on to the next chart, right? What's going on with Ethereum dominance? Ethereum, let's go on the daily. Yeah, yesterday gained a little bit of dominance, 1.80%. Right now gaining 0.80%, sitting at 8.50% of market cap. Again, like I said, everything above 8% is good. It helps you be a little bit more resistant to Bitcoin fluctuations. Right now, Ethereum, unlike Bitcoin, going up on the daily, right? Look, Bitcoin going down 2 days, Ethereum going up 2 days, right? Again, we broke out of the structure. We're moving to the upside. We said a measure move of that would potentially place us at maybe 205. But first, we have to face this resistance here at, well, depends on when we hit it, but it could be 196.19 or 195.53, whatever. After that, we have that mid part of the channel, the upsloping channel, and then the 236, I think that's what we have, the 236 at 202, and then the top part of the channel, and then after that the 382, right, at 233.44. So again, what are we gonna do with this, man? Right now, Ethereum, I'm not holding any Ethereum right now, to be honest. So again, I tell you what I'm holding and what I'm not holding. So I'm not holding Bitcoin yet. I'm probably gonna buy again. I'm waiting for it to definitely decide that it's above the 200 MA before I actually go back into it, right? So before I do that, I'll just look at that because I forgot to look at it during when we were doing the Bitcoin part. So again, the 200 MA, man, barely above it again. So I'm not too confident yet until we start to take off from that area. I'll probably if we start pumping the upside, I'll probably increase or start taking position again on Bitcoin. Meanwhile, it's just too close to that. If we go below it, it happened already once during the big FOMO. Kind of broke above it, and then went back below it again. So I'm on the fence right now. That's partially why I'm on the fence on Bitcoin, because we're not really moving to the upside or downside, and we're not really far away from that 200 MA. That signifies that we're in the bear market, right? Coinbase leaking users' info. Any news? Yes, I saw that on Twitter. They said they were actually selling it, but I'm not really sure if they're doing that, man. You know, do they want to do a Facebook, you know, and damage their reputation? I want something more solid to be out there, right? I did look at it. I think they were saying that they were selling it. I can't remember the full article right now, but again, I don't believe that an exchange with that reputation will risk it, especially with the competition that they have right now with Binance US, Gemini, you know, who else is out there? Probably forgetting someone else. Poloniex, you know. I'm not sure they're gonna risk that, so it might just be fake news, man. I'm not sure, man. So again, not 100% sure on that call, right? So anyways, moving to the upside after we bounced off this old support, right? The upsloping channel. Again, we've not much has developed, right? We're still in that major downtrend. Right now, within this uptrend, trying to move to the upside. Let's see how this keeps on developing. We are within a symmetrical triangle, right? This top line here, you can see it, and then this bottom line here, you can see it, and they converge and they make that symmetrical triangle that we're bouncing within. Sitting, making a lower high, right, and making also less positive momentum. So again, going with the market on the RSI, 58.40, 57.68, also lower. Power corrupts, absolute power corrupts, absolutely. Yes, I do agree with you. Power does corrupt, and absolute power corrupts more. But like I said, man, I'm not 100% sure whether or not they're actually doing something like that. You know, it did hit Facebook quite strongly when they were selling the data, Cambridge Analytica, all this stuff that happened. So I'm not 100% sure they're gonna do it, man. You know, it's a high risk, right? It's like risking your credibility hardcore and risk losing a lot of your clients. And it's not like they don't have anywhere to go and you have total control, right? Like Facebook. It's like the largest social media, right? 2 billion people. Where even if they leak data, a lot of people are still there. But Coinbase, I mean, Coinbase has really hard competition. And if they're doing this, they're probably going to lose a lot of users, right? And that's going to end up being really detrimental for Coinbase. Anyways, on the daily, not developing any kind of divergence yet. Let's go into the 4-hour. On the 4-hour, we're going higher than our previous high. Again, making more positive momentum. So again, no divergence here yet. Also, no divergence on the RSI, bullish or bearish, right? Higher. Again, we're just going with the market right now. So not much going on. Let's wait and see how this one plays out. If we come up here, we're going to make a green bar that's high. We're probably going to develop some sort of divergence that might break us to the downside. 6 people tuned in. Thank you for watching, guys. I do appreciate it. And again, if you like what we do, like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell so you're notified when we go live. And let's go into the 1-hour because there's not much that we can see on this 4-hour candle. So we're bouncing off this old resistance again with this also, right? So again, that's probably why we're pumping to the upside. We don't have any kind of divergence here developing. From here to here, if anything, you would have hidden bullish. You're going higher. You're making more negative momentum again. So a lower high, sorry, a higher low, and making more negative momentum. So again, you're diverging on that bottom part, creating hidden bullish divergence, price continuation. Again, you're in an uptrend. That's what you're pumping to the upside. That's the only thing I can't see that would make you pump, and that happened at 2 or 3 in the morning. We were already fast asleep at the time. On your RSI, you don't have it. You're actually going higher on your RSI than this low. So again, not playing off the RSI, and right now you're going lower, but you're making less negative momentum. Sorry, higher, making less negative momentum. You're bouncing off that 20 MA. Contraction is starting to happen on the Bollinger Bands, sitting at your RSI at 60. So again, 60 is the borderline on bought and neutral. So you're borderlining. All right, right now 60 again. Yeah, it kind of moved to 61 point something, and right now it's 60 again. So yeah, that's it for Ethereum, man. Nothing developing on the top part. The only thing that worries me right now in the 1 hour is that we're really close to getting this high again. And look at where we're at. We're in negative momentum. So if we get here, we're gonna probably create a very small bump unless we keep on running, right? And that bump is gonna create bearish divergence, price action to the downside, and then we're probably gonna break down a little bit more. But right now, something that we have to keep an eye out for, really. Not much developing besides that, right? As you can see, lower than this. I'm looking at another chart, make sure the same data, it's there. So on the other chart, yeah, same thing happening, right? We're lower than this. Again, you do have that hidden bullish divergence that kept you running. And here on this chart, you would be hitting that on the larger scale, that 50% retrace, right? So again, from the lowest low, from the high to the lowest low, we are certainly retracing at least 50% of the way, and that is pretty good. You know, that's usually when where more retraces begin to happen, right? But we can still run to the 618 at 190. What is it? 198? I guess 96.97, right? That's where we could run up to, touch that, and then try to run back down, right? So yeah, that's it for Ethereum, I guess. Let's go to the Ripple. The Ripple, I do have 4 articles for Ripple today. Some of them are really short. One of them I believe is a little bit lengthier. Anyways, in Asia and Japan, Ripple is pushing its blockchain technology forward via its partner, SBI. In a recent tweet, the TP Bank CEOs Nugent Hung confirmed that TP Bank plans to collaborate with SBI for faster transactions, right? And they do have this little small picture here. It says blockchain. We have successfully experimented with using blockchain in interbank transactions with NAPAs alongside 2 reputable commercial banks. TP Bank is also working with SBI on applying blockchain to international transactions. With its flexible, transparent, and decentralized nature, blockchain has the potential to greatly improve transaction networks and ensure instant transaction despite geographical distance. Again, that's the only thing that I could find, and the only thing that is really good from the article. The rest is just small fluff. Again, like I said, it's not really lengthy. But again, it's gonna be good. Yeah, it's gonna create probably another corridor for Ripple, right? And especially what we said yesterday or 2 days ago about SBI Holdings trying to improve their remittances to Southeast Asia and probably adopting on-demand liquidity. On to the next. MoneyGram chairman and CEO Alex Holmes talked about his company's partnership with Ripple during the recent Q3 2019 results conference call. He said, today we've integrated Ripple onto our standard treasury process to execute foreign currency trades 24/7. Over the quarter, we've continued to increase our usage of Ripple's on-demand liquidity product for a portion of our daily funding needs in Mexico. As a result of this success, we're working to expand the partnership to new quarters before the end of the year. Furthermore, we're also in the process of developing a roadmap on potential new use cases to improve our digital payments offering. Through this, we'll take some time to achieve. We believe that we'll lead the industry in accomplishing this vision, and that our partnership with Ripple will be a competitive differentiator in the months and years ahead. So again, they are believing that, you know, what they're doing with Ripple is certainly giving good results. Again, validating that Ripple does have a really good use case for the for the cryptocurrency, right? So again, it's demonstrating that cryptos can have value. They can have use cases. However, a lot of the cryptos don't, like, the CEOs probably don't even know where they're looking at, and they're probably not advancing the way they should because they're probably lacking that vision that Brad Garlinghouse is certainly bringing into Ripple, right? Anyways, also in a press release yesterday, Walmart announced international payments in collaboration with RippleNet partners Ria and MoneyGram. Now, MoneyGram and Walmart have worked closely together for over 2 decades and have innovated to provide the world's leading money transfer service for customers in the United States. Walmart's vision of creating a marketplace for financial services will benefit customers through pricing and payout options. And they're stating that they believe that their leading brand and competitive foreign exchange rates will help drive the future success of the marketplace. Now, MoneyGram, again, CEO Alex Holmes, stated that although the press release makes no direct mention of Ripple technology, it will explicitly use MoneyGram and Ria to settle both of which, which both use RippleNet, right? Anyway, the service is supposed to offer a flat fee for transfers. Charges depend on which payment corridor is used. Perhaps why MoneyGram is so eager for RippleNet to expand. 5 years ago, Walmart launched its Walmart to Walmart payment service, which has seen much success. Now it plans to offer Walmart to World via MoneyGram and Ria. And Ria CEO Juan Bianchi said, "We are excited. Walmart has chosen to expand its relationship with Ria in their mission to provide customers more choice and the most economical and transparent services at the best price." Now this expands the product offering, reflects our great relationship with Walmart and our joint mission to offer customers more choice at a better value when sending money abroad. Crypto conspiracy, consolidation of users forced through hacks, bans, etc. If A can go to B, all that's left is C, i.e. life lock, offline, Facebook online, same dates. What if Intel Gov's behind exchanges? Yeah, bro, I'm not sure. Let me read that again. Crypto conspiracy, consolidation. Crypto conspiracy, that's one point, right? Consolidation of users forced through hacks, bans, etc. So what do you mean consolidation of users, man? No, I'm not sure I'm understanding that point. Anyways, if A can go to B, all that's left is C. So you're saying they're channeling them towards C instead of going to like another option? For example, LifeLock offline, then Facebook online. What is LifeLock? I'm not sure what LifeLock is, man. Same dates? I'm not sure I'm understanding this point, bro. What if Intel government's behind exchanges? So I'm not. Can you go a little bit more in detail on the point that you're trying to make? Because I'm really trying to like make sense of it, but I can't quite tell what you're trying to do. While you do that, I'll keep on going with the news. And then do the Ripple analysis, and then we can certainly look at your question. I just want to get a better understanding of what's going on. Anyways, Turnio adds support for XRP for use on Block Card. Now, a Willy Wonka guy named on Twitter, a guy named Willy Wonka on Twitter, stated that Termina has added XRP for its use on their Block Card. Now, Turnio provides white label technology to enterprise customers, giving blockchain and cryptocurrency real-world applications. Turnio solves the issues related to blockchain scalability and payment utility of cryptocurrency to demonstrate how companies will become better, faster, and more efficient. Turnio supports multiple coins and is the only company enabling users to hold crypto until the point of sale. What they're saying is other cards take the user's crypto and convert it into fiat and place the dollar value on the card, which is equivalent to buying a gift card. So again, that's it, right? And they do have this says Turnio, right? We've asked you and we've listened. Turnio is excited to announce that Ripple XRP is now an accepted currency for use on Block Card. That's it. That's the announcement. So that's the only articles I have for Ripple. Oh, there's a truck going by. So let's go look at the Ripple chart, man. What is happening with Ripple on the daily, man? With Ripple dominance on the daily. Yesterday I had a green day, right? 0.92%. Right now you're undoing it, sitting at 0.63% negative, still sitting at 5.33% off market cap. Ripple price yesterday, nice green day. Today having a red day. Is this really from today? Yeah, it's today. Okay, cool. So we're hitting that 29,894, using it as support right now. But certainly below that 30 cent, man. Oh, what a shame, you know. Ripple below 30 cents. I wish we would have held that 30 cents a little bit better. It would certainly be been much better, man. Anyways, a little bit of sideways motion again. We're probably gonna fall back into this range if we don't maintain the 29 cents, 29.89 cents. So again, sitting at 29,847, so a little bit below. The day is still developing. It has a lot of hours to go. Let's wait and see how this keeps on playing out. And yeah, so let's see what we're doing, man. Negative momentum, but less of it. So again, nothing on the daily, right? Also on the RSI, sitting neutral at 55.93. Not much going on here, man. Going a little bit higher, right? A red candle, but a little bit higher than the previous one. So over here, and also on the MACD, it seems we just undid that small red candle that we had, and again being more or less neutral, right? You never know. Benny, man, how's it going, brother? Thank you for being here, man. I appreciate it. I never know what, bro. Which part of the stream are you on? I do believe I do have some delay. I'm not sure how much delay I do have. Might be like 40 seconds maybe. I was looking at the screen when I spin the finger and then I counted a little bit, and you know, I do believe at least I got a good 20-30 second delay, man. So let me know which part of the stream you're on, and then I'll let you know for sure when to address your question, man, or your point, right? But anyways, brother, thanks for being here, man. I appreciate it. Let's go into the 4-hour, man. On the 4-hour, hitting that part of the downsloping triangle that we had, using it as support. Again, like I said, slightly below that 29.89 cent, right? The ups and downs of a chart, you never know. General statement, yeah. I mean, we try to tell, right? But again, yeah, like you said, you never know, man. Anyways, let's go here more micro, man. Are we doing something? 100, 101. So slightly higher again, but also slightly higher on our chart. So no divergence here. You do have divergence, however, on your RSI. Going slightly lower, right, to this point. So you have bearish divergence on the RSI, not on the MACD. Hence, you're breaking down. Again, hitting that support, trying to hold it. Kind of dip below it, but right now you're still holding at that 29. What would be this? This would be at 29.83. So again, holding that area. Let's hope we don't break below it, and we can start pump to the upside again. On the RSI, sitting at 54.56. Sitting above that 20 MA with expansion open on the Bollinger Bands. Let's go into a shorter chart, right? Let's go into the 1 hour and see what's going on, man. On the 1 hour, I do have this line here. Is it from the 4 hours? Probably, man. But anyways, we don't have any positive momentum here to call divergence, right? Even from here, still lower than this. Saying we cannot call divergence here. Can we call divergence here? Negative. We're going lower, and we're also making more negative momentum than our previous one. So again, no divergence developing, bearish or bullish right now on the 1 hour. The only thing I don't like is that in this 1 hour, man, we try to run above that 29.89. We hit it as resistance, and now we're starting to like reject it, right? So right now you can see on this doji, we're range bound by this small movement, man. See, we touch that upper part, we touch this bottom part, and we're just sitting right in the middle, man. Like, this doesn't know where it wants to go, right? What would be the best way for an intel agency to collect data? I'm not sure, man. I do believe a lot of people do put a lot of free data out there on Facebook and other places. So again, it's not that hard to get user data, right? You can find people's information on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. So again, I think there was an article of a CNN. I can't remember if it was CNN. Don't quote me on this one, but I think it was a reporter from CNN and a hacker, and the hacker got into her account just by looking at her Facebook and asking like 2 questions or something like that, and it was like in less than 10 minutes he was already in her account. So, you know, I don't believe collecting user data is that hard, man. A lot of people do put a lot of information out there for free. Right, voluntarily, yes. I guess that will be your next question. Yeah, so voluntarily, you're putting data on Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat and Twitter. You're putting information on LinkedIn. So if someone wants to look you up on LinkedIn and then from there go to your Facebook, go to your Twitter, go to whatever, they can basically track you, right? Anyways, LifeLock closes, then Facebook opens on the same date. I'm not sure what LifeLock is, man. I'm assuming it's a social media site, probably. Channeling users to certain exchanges, just crypto conspiracy. Yeah. Oh, okay. Now I got it. So you're making a point on the point I was making that you get people out of Coinbase so you can channel them into Binance and into Poloniex and into the other exchange, Gemini, so that you can have them there and have them as captive users. So where you can get data maybe because you have some sort of agreement with the exchange instead of being over with maybe Coinbase with whom you don't have an agreement, right? So like counterintelligence, basically. You're sitting wrong information so that people would leave the project and come to the other exchanges. I got it now. Yeah, maybe, man. Potentially. I'm not sure why they would want to do that. Again, the only thing about exchanges, remember, not your keys, not your coin. You have the money on the exchange, even though it's on a wallet, it's still on the exchange. It's not on your hard wallet, it's not on your hot wallet, it's not on your cold wallet. You don't have it. So the moment the money is in the exchange, it's held by the exchange, and it can disappear from the exchange. And if the exchange gets frozen, taken down, or whatever, then your money is still stuck there. So again, that's why it's important that you only put your money in the exchange where you're gonna make trades and make use of it. And other than that, keep it safe, store it in a wallet, hard wallet, whatever you want to put it. Just don't have it in the exchange so that it's not easy to seize, right? If you have your money on the exchange and the US wants to seize it, they can, because they can ask the exchange to freeze your account, right? And then you can't move it from the exchange. But if you have it in a wallet, they cannot freeze it. So again, yeah, potentially, man. Yeah, I'm not sure about that much of a conspiracy theory, but you know, it could certainly be that they're trying to channel people to an exchange. I'm not sure, man. Like I said, I don't buy that they're putting information out there, man. Again, it would be counter. I mean, they seen what happened to Binance with the whole scandal, right? And so I'm not sure why they would want to do that. Anyways, with Ripple, like I said, man, nothing we can trace. We're just breaking out of this. We're using it as support right now. Let's hope we don't fall back into this structure again, and we can use this to pump above 30 cents and like finally break something, right? Again, I think swell is tomorrow or 2 days from today. I think it's on the 7th. So again, probably Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. I think it starts. So let's wait and see how swell goes. We have at least one more day of hype, but again, we're having a lot of we're hitting a ceiling around this area, right? And I kind of talked about it the other day, right? I said, look, imagine there's a supply here of XRP that's inundating the market, and people are trying to buy. Sorry, that went too far. Around this area, right? And people are buying, and so long as they don't eat this supply, you can try to run past it, but there's still probably a lot of supply coin being sold at 30 cents. So until you eat that supply, you can move to the next level. So two things can happen. You get tired, right? There's no more people willing to buy at 30 cents. And then there's people willing to buy lower, so again, you're probably going to drop in price, right? The other theory is that you eat up this supply, and then you move on to the next level, going higher, right? And we talked about that before. So again, potentially that's what's happening. That's why we cannot break 30 cents, because there's a lot of people selling there. There's just a lot of, selling pressure at that area that are keeping this coin from going higher. Now, certainly, you can probably adjust and go here, and still make sense of this, right? And prolong this triangle, and it would potentially make sense. I'm not sure right now if this is the time to adjust. I much rather believe that we're breaking out of the structure and we might pump to the upside, because we do have those two more recent touch points, right? So I'd much rather wait a little bit, and if we keep bouncing along this area, then we can probably adjust and say, yes, we are within a much larger triangle, adjust a little bit the structure, and then take it from there. But right now, it's too little data outside of this structure for us to be able to adjust, right? So I feel comfortable right now believing that we've broken out. It would seem to make sense that we're just, again, hitting this top, right? Again, we're just touching it again, and we're rejecting that. So again, it would be too perfect for us to be bouncing within this area where we have this support on the green and this resistance on the white, right? So again, that's why I believe it might be a valid structure that we broke out of. Again, we could change it later on if things take a turn, right? So let's go on to the next one then, Litecoin. Basically, this says that profitability is returning to mining. So to pump any significance at 45 XRP. Yeah, I can go back to that, man. No worries. We're just gonna get, yeah, man. Look, was it Peter Brandt stated that we're in a diamond pattern, a perfect diamond pattern, he called. According to the article that we did back then. He said that we had to break above 30.48, I think, or 30.38 or somewhere in that area, and maybe hold above that, and then we could potentially go to 45 cents. And, he came out afterwards, and then he said, man, with the data and the way things are going, we could probably go to 55 cents. I would tell you that one of my targets to sell is 50 cents. I'm not sure if I'm going to sell 100% there, but I do know I want to sell a portion there. But if I see that it's going to soon pass 50 cents, I might hold and adjust my take profit or my stop loss, if you want to call that, and keep on raising it as the coin raises. And then if it does break 50 cents, right, that's it. And then as it starts to come down, sell. At the moment, I see it start to move downside and hit that stop loss, start selling, and then see where it goes from there, right? I'm not sure whether or not Ripple's going to go up or not or down. Again, it is finding a lot of use cases, right? And Swell might bring news that people are not seeing because there's not a lot of chatter on what Swell is going to bring. There are some forum talks that are happening, but you know, let's wait and see what they announce there, and then we can see where things might go. Anyways, on Litecoin, basically says that with proof of work blockchain and you know, that have falling hash rate, the network's difficulty for hashing blocks also has to decrease. And as such, Litecoin's difficulty has also fallen by 60%. You know, hash rate fell by 60%, so difficulty is fallen by 60%. Now, the difficulty adjustment process is a mechanism that balances mining profitability and can have a positive effect when hash rate falls dramatically. And over the past week, data from Bitcoin info charts, or BitInfo charts, is showing a slow and steady increase on Litecoin mining profitability. And then should mining interest pick up, Litecoin might slowly start recovering both network mining statistics as well as price. That's what the article states. Again, it's a very short article. So let's go on to Litecoin, man. Litecoin having a nice recovery, right? 2 days in a row, 3 days, green. Right now, making a red day. Again, it would seem to make sense that we impulse up and then we have to consolidate. So again, you say had a nice bump, plus 3.18% right now, sitting at 0.50%, down, sitting at 1.65% market cap, sitting at $62.72. Again, we have a nice pump on price, right? Not as nice as we had on dominance. We are breaking out of this upsloping channel. We broke it, actually, and right now we're testing it. We seem to have touched it, wicked it, and then basically breaking out of it. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit. And yeah, we kind of touched it perfectly, man. You can see there, right? We touched it perfectly, and then we rejected it. So again, giving some validity to the channel that we drew. So let's go into the shorter term, man. Something that happened, and I can tell you off the bat, and you can see it here, clear as day. I drew it yesterday, and I told you could potentially have bearish divergence, price action to the downside, and guess what, man? You went higher in your price than the previous one. You're making a lower high than the previous high, right? Here you're sitting at 94. Here you're sitting at 1.09. Right, you can see the number here. It's green. Again, 94. So again, going slightly lower. Again, creating that divergence on the top part. Bearish price action to the downside. We're seeing it play out right now. Again, we could probably undo it and try to pump higher and negate it by going higher than this previous high, right? On that positive momentum bar. But right now, it's still developing. Let's wait and see how this plays out today before we actually do call it real divergence. Again, if you see the price breaking down below this channel, below that support, probably come and touch that mid part of the channel, maybe touch that 20 MA afterwards. If you will break the 20 MA, come touch that bottom part of the channel. Again, let's wait and see how this develops, man. I do believe that divergence might be starting to play out. We don't have it on the RSI. On the RSI, you're going higher. You're actually sitting bought at 61.39. So we're going to the 4 hour. On the 4 hour, oh man, 42. Okay, so on the 4 hour, you're going flat, right? You're moving sideways. You're going higher, right? So again, you are creating bearish divergence. You will be creating weak bearish divergence. So price action to the downside still. You're seeing it play out right now on these 3 candles. Again, perfectly touching that support, bouncing off it. This candle opening green, but again, not with a lot of strength, right? This 4 hour candle. So we just closed 10. The market says that we have 4 hours to go, so maybe the market hasn't changed for this. So we're developing the new 4 hour candle, starting to pump to the upside. So we have 4 hours to go still. We just had 2 minutes that we broke it. So yeah, sitting on the 20 MA with volatility open on the Bollinger Bands. Positive momentum decreasing, sitting high on the RSI at 67.48. Again, bought. Not overbought. We were overbought a couple hours, 4 hours ago, but again, we're moving back to that neutral zone, right? Anyways, looks like resistance could Litecoin be a precursor to Bitcoin moves. That is a good question. I believe Ethereum is more related to Bitcoin than Litecoin, right? And the movements seem to be a little bit similar between Bitcoin and Ethereum. I think we talked about 90% correlation yesterday or 2 days ago. And if we look at Bitcoin, man, it don't look the same, right? That same 4-hour chart don't look the same, right? Look at Ethereum, man. Ethereum and Litecoin don't look a little bit more alike. But Litecoin looking a little bit better. Didn't take that dip here in the red that Ethereum took. So right now what we can see is that Ethereum and Litecoin are recovering better than Bitcoin. So I'm not sure if it's like alt season that, could be some movement that Bitcoin is not doing. And while Bitcoin is sort of stagnating in that range, maybe the alts are taking advantage and moving a little bit, right? But I'm not sure if Litecoin could be a precursor to Bitcoin moves, man. I would believe it would be the opposite. Bitcoin being 60 some odd percent of the market, 69 odd percent of the market, it could certainly, if Bitcoin tanks, it would probably tank the market with it. If Bitcoin pumps, it will probably make the market pump with it. But I'm not sure if Litecoin could be a precursor to Bitcoin, man. Anyways, like I said, divergence developing, price action to the downside, we're getting it. You don't have it on your RSI, just on your MACD. Histogram, again, outside of that structure. Let's go into the 1 hour. In the 1 hour, we're starting to channel a little bit, creating contraction of the Bollinger Bands, sitting below that 20 MA, bouncing between the 20 MA. Again, something that we saw on the other one, right? Almost touching the 20 MA here, but certainly bouncing off that old support, or that old resistance that now is acting as support, sorry. Negative momentum still building, right? What is this? 15, 16. So again, if anything, you're going slightly higher here on your negative momentum, and you're definitely high on your price. Don't have that on your RSI. And your RSI, you're going lower. You're sitting neutral at 55.11. So if anything, you have hidden bullish divergence. Price continuation. Again, we are in an uptrend. We broke out of an uptrend. So price continuation could potentially mean price action to the upside. We are getting this now green bar developing, right? And that's pretty good. So are we developing divergence from here to here? That's the question. So let's see. 0.06, 0.04, 0.04. Yeah, so again, you're going lower here, right, than here. I'll exaggerate a little bit so you can see it. And from here, you're going from here to a higher high again. So you're creating divergence, and you're also creating divergence on your RSI as you're going higher. Price action to the downside, you got it. However, you're now developing this hidden bullish divergence that could potentially pump to the upside again, right? That's probably why we're getting this green bar. However, we need to break that 20 MA for us to move to the upside. So yeah, that's it for Litecoin right now. We also have that hidden divergence over here. I'll just put it out there for now so we know we called it, and then you have seen it, you can't unsee it. Yeah. Anyways, let's go on to Binance. I only have one article for Binance. Not even that great, but it was one of the few articles that I found that was worth mentioning. Now, if you're in Ukraine, Kazakhstan, good news for you guys. They could soon add support for the Ukrainian hryvnia and the Kazakhstani tenge, or tengi, or tenge, however it's called. Anyways, for its direct fiat to crypto trading facility. Now, the blog, where I got the article from, they're stating that they learned that UAH, again the Ukrainian hryvnia, or the KZT, the Kazakhstani tenge, currencies were added to Binance application programming interface today. And last month, when Binance added support for the Nigerian naira on October the 24th and the Russian ruble on October the 31st, it added these currencies to the API on September the 24th and October the 29th, respectively. So again, they added the Nigerian naira on September 24th, and then on October 24th they launched it, and then they launched they included the ruble on October 29th, and they launched it on the 31st. So again, if that is to hold, then you can probably expect for these coins to have on-ramps, fiat on-ramps pretty soon. That's it for this article. So let's go and look at the Binance, man. Binance yesterday, what's it doing, man? Positive, sorry, this is the one. Yesterday gained a little bit of dominance, 0.36. Right now it's undoing that gain at negative 0.31. Sitting at 1.32% of market cap. Energy is a relative chip in that area, great for mining farms. Is this a reason for that fiat crypto in this region? No, man. I do believe they do want to have something to do with their Venus project, right? Where they want to launch a sort of Libra, but for areas where it's or low margin areas. I can't remember how they stated it back in the article. But look at the Venus project for Binance, and they said that they wanted to launch it on like those type of regions. So I do believe that it's probably more to do with Venus than it is to do with farming, man. Again, Binance is not a farming company, right? And China, again, we talked about this province in I think it's Sichuan, that they had really cheap energy, man, like 2 cents during 5 months, and then it raised to 4 cents for the rest of the year, right? Because they have so much rainfall that they produce a lot of hydropower. And they actually export 30% of the hydropower elsewhere, so they want to have a lot of farms probably in that area where it's cheap energy. Now, something else that we heard is about a project they want to launch in the US where they're going to have I think it was solar panels and aeolic wind or aeolic power to power the farm, or a farm that they want to put out there, right? So anyways, sorry, that's what I remember right now off the top of my head. So again, let's go into price. Sitting at $20.60. Yesterday had a indecision day. Right now, having a red day-ish. But again, some indecision going on right now. Let's see how this keeps on developing. Right now, nothing I can see here. You're going lower than your previous high. So again, no divergence here. No divergence on the top. Let's go into shorter scale. Sitting off that 20 MA with volatility still open. Again, upsloping, right, on that upsloping channel. So not much after that. Let's go to 4 hours. On the 4 hour, seeing above that 20 MA with volatility open on the Bollinger Bands, but not as wide as we had back here. So again, some contraction happening, making very, very little moves, man. Look at this. If I zoom out, you cannot see what's going on here. It makes it unreadable. Right? Again, on your RSI, you do have them a little bit wilder. Let's see what's going on. I did see a chart today. It was pretty cool. That was a small cartoon from Instagram. It had like a doctor, and it had one of those machines, that you can see what like the patient signals, and it had this guy saying like, doctor, the patient's flatlining, and then the doctor says, dude, the patient died a while back. We're looking at the Bitcoin chart, on the monitor, and yeah, Bitcoin flatlining again, moving sideways, right? I thought it was funny. Anyways, like I said, some indecision happening on doing what we're doing. That's why we're getting this tightness down here. And again, it makes it really hard to chart. You're going higher again, you're going lower here. Are you going lower? No, you're going slightly higher. So this would be, very slightly higher from here to here on the 4 hour. From here to here, you're going definitely lower. And from here to here, you're also going definitely lower on the 4 hour. Creating bearish divergence, price action to the downside. You're seeing it play out. Right now, you're kind of reversing a little bit. So we have to zoom in and see that. We bounced off that 20 MA for quite some time, and we'll probably have some nice support in that area. Again, I want to zoom in and see what's going on. Sitting at 55.89 on the RSI, neutral, creating a first negative momentum, right? After the old negative momentum we had back here. So if anything right now, we would be developing, we would just be going with the market. We wouldn't be developing anything. And this is shifting, right? It hasn't been decided yet. So into the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, divergence, price action to the downside played out nicely. Low, higher low, less negative momentum, higher low, right, than the previous low. Again, less negative momentum. So you're just going with the market here on the top part. High, lower, high. Positive momentum, less positive momentum. Again, going with the market. Nothing to really show for here. If anything, let me see here. 46.68, 46.18. Yeah, so if anything, here you will be going slightly lower. Here you're definitely going higher. You're creating hidden bullish divergence. If anything, price continuation, we're in an uptrend. So again, probably we can move to the upside a little bit, but looking very flat, man. It's upsloping, right? You can tell it's upsloping. I can throw another channel. We've broken out of this old one for sure. We even used it as support once. But if I wanted to channel here again, it's just gonna get too messy. I'm just gonna do it to show you guys. You're gonna be able to see it really quick. This will be the other channel, right? I think it might actually better be drawn from the top to the bottom, as we might get better contact points here, and then down, right? And then we just extend it, and look, man, we are still within a upsloping channel within an upsloping channel. So again, that'll be it for Binance. A lot of indecision going on, right? Some potential moves to the upside we might get. This one's still playing out nicely. Let's wait and see how this keeps on developing, right? We might get a movement soon, man. We're getting a lot of tightness on that Bollinger Bands. Just watch out for a potential move here. Litecoin again, tightness on the Bollinger Bands. Watch out for a move as well. Here we got very little tightness, and then we pump to the upside. Again, I'm not saying we're gonna pump to the upside on tightness, but again, you know, divergence, bearish, hidden bearish divergence, bullish divergence, sorry. Price continuation again, potentially to the upside. Ripple not developing anything, man. We went this low, we're higher than the previous low, so again, no divergence here. We're probably gonna follow swirls, right? Ripple, we had a gap right now on the opening of this hour candle. So I'm gonna look at this chart, man. We had a nice run up. We're touching that 20 MA, man. Do we have that divergence here? Yes, I believe we don't. No, we don't. We're just going with the market. So again, pumping to the outside, touch that 20 MA. We're getting rejected right now of that 20 MA. Again, let's try to break above it. And if we break above it, you know, we're really close. We're sitting at 30 cents again. So again, that's pretty cool, right? Let's see if we can actually break this structure, right? And hold it to where we need to hold on a daily so that we can actually pump to the upside, right? Again, please, Ripple, play out. Play ball, man. You have your event coming out. We all want to see you pump. At least I want to see you pump. I'm holding Ripple, so again, I do want to see pump. I'm not too enthusiastic right now with the way it's just moving sideways. But, you know, it is what it is. So Ethereum, again, nicely, man. Another move to the upside right now. Making less negative momentum, right? Decreasing it. Anyway, remember what I said, right? We're probably going to get this high. Look where we're at. We're probably going to get very little positive momentum, create some divergence, pump to the downside unless we get a very, very nice impulse up. From here to here, going lower again, lower on your RSI, lower here also. On your RSI, less, more than the previous low. So, and less negative momentum than the previous one. So again, no divergence, just going with the market. And on Bitcoin, again, impulsing up, trying to break that 20 MA, rejecting higher prices right now. Still moving within the structure that we just retraced and reworked out. And again, nothing else going on. That's it. Sorry, man. I just noticed your comment. It will be cost-effective and effective to build after convert a barrage and ship into a mining farm. Have energy, wind, algae, oil, solar out at sea. So any chatter of companies to do this? Would it be cost-effective and efficient to build, alter, convert a barge or ship into a mining farm? Wave energy, wind, algae, oil, solar out at sea. I'm not sure how efficient it would be to have your mining on a ship. You do have to have like good internet connection, right? And probably you want it to be fast to be able to mine and solve quickly. And you know, so how are you gonna connect this ship to the internet? Wireless. If you use satellite, it's probably gonna be really expensive. Unless you're really close to land and you, like, I don't know, throw a cable. I'm not sure how you might be able to get away with that, right? On cheap internet, you know, you're gonna have cost of internet, have cost of being on a ship. You know, you do need to have drinking water. You need to have a crew. You need to have obviously the mining farm, everything set up to be able to mine, right? Your panels, your aeolic, right? All the converters, batteries, burners for like oil or whatever you want to do with the oil. So again, I'm not sure how profitable it would be to have it there, right? Anyways, we're done with the regular market stuff that we look at. Do you guys want to look at a particular coin? If so, let me know. You wanted to look at IXX RCL, so we'll look at that one, RCL. RCL shows us Royal Caribbean Cruises, so I'll look for IXX. Alright, cool. So I found IXX. I'll look at that one. I'll look at a Bitcoin to dollar. Sorry, no, an IXX RCL dollar converter. I only have one. It's from Binance. I'm not sure if the data is going to be the best there, but I'll certainly look at it because you requested it yesterday. You came out with put in the comments again, corrected it, and then you also mentioned it here. So of course I'm going to look at it, man. Let's see what's going on here, man. Let's go on the daily. You have a nice move to the upside. More positive momentum than over here. Although you do have a lot of data here, I'm not gonna. I'll start with weekly, man. Maybe it might be a little bit better for this. So where were we here? Let's see. 4989.54. So again, higher. You're also going higher, right? This is the weekly. So to this one, 453. 498. Okay. So just consider, right? You're starting this weekly candle. You got a nice push up again from a movement to the downside. You're going to get from here to here. You're going slightly higher, right, to this candle because this one's still developing. So I'm not going to call it there. And from here to here, you would be going lower to this point. But again, to this new one, right, this red candle, you will be going higher. So to here, you will be developing bearish divergence, right, on the weekly price action to the downside. But you don't have that on your RSI. Your RSI, you're actually going higher, much higher, actually sitting overbought on your weekly at 71.34. Right now on the red, with more positive price action, you know, if this stays here on the weekly, we might just stay there. And then you will be negating that bearish divergence that you have to this area here, to the previous weekly candle, right, which is where we're at. And then you would just negate that bearish divergence. Again, we have to wait for this week to play out. I wanted to get a macro picture first, make sure how we were sitting with, to this previous one, because if I go to the daily, there's just too much data that we're ignoring, right? And on the daily, man, this is awkward. On the weekly, it shows as though you're higher, right, than here. And you can see it, right? That line goes just here. But if I go into the daily, you don't see that, right? You see that you're lower than here, maybe because these are wicks on the previous one. I'm going candle bodies to candle bodies. Anyways, I'm gonna get rid of these lines because they're from, again, stuff from other time frames still show here, and I gotta go maybe here. It will be acceptable. So, right, so you're going higher than the previous high again. That's good. You're going higher than the previous high. From here to here, you're developing divergence, right? So again, like I said, looking back is really easy. So this is daily. So at least you developed that divergence 4 days ago. Price action to the downside, you've seen it play out. Trying to pump to the upside again. I'm not sure if this is done yet or not. All right, to be honest. So I haven't tracked this project a long time. Had a very nice simple sample. So again, that's the only good thing I can see. You also have that divergence on your RSI, and you were overbought at 87.54. Right now, you're still overbought at 74.17. Again, remember what I said. You do want to tend to come back into this area of neutral zone. And the two ways to do it is you will do it quickly or you do it slowly, right? You flag and then move sideways. Anyways, something else I can tell here, probably. Sorry, I'll do line. Maybe from here to here. And from here to here. Again, it would seem that you're making a flag, right? So impulse up, flag. Again, you might flagging down sloping. It's bullish, so you might pump to the upside again. But the only thing that worries me is that, like I said, you're overbought right now. So maybe you do move to this area, reset a little bit of the oscillator back here, at least on the bot area, right before you actually run again. Because if you run from here, you're gonna get exhausted, man. You're probably not gonna get this high. You're gonna create divergence again, and then you're really gonna break down. So that's potentially it for this. Again, you can come here again to this area. You're gonna obviously develop divergence. You're not gonna get to this green positive momentum. So again, you're probably gonna break to the downside there. So on the 4 hour, man. Let me see this real quick. On the 4 hour, if anything, it will seem that you're going higher. This will be the lowest point. You're going higher here. You're making more negative momentum, right? So if anything, you're going from here to here. From here to a slightly higher again. So you're creating, if anything, a hidden bullish divergence, right? Its flags and frags are waving a lot in a lot of coins. Yeah, there's a lot of flags happening in a lot of coins, dude, for sure. That is true, a true statement. Anyways, in the bottom part, you don't have that. You're going actually much lower. So you would also have it. So going from here to here, again, creating that hidden bullish divergence price action continuation. You're getting a pump to the upside, probably because your trend is upsloping right now, right? The more major trend right now, it's upsloping. So sitting neutral on the RSI at 55.83, making a slight positive momentum. Again, the only thing that we have to go on with would be the previous high. That would be this one. We're not making that high yet. We're slightly lower than this candle here. That would be this green. So again, if this still pumps to the upside, we're probably going to negate that. If not, we're probably going to start channeling. Right, so on the 4 hours, you can see that we can go from here to here, maybe. And from here to here. It'll be like a little bit up. I'm not sure if I should ignore that line and go here because I get more contact points, so ignore this small wick. And then we would sort of have a downsloping channel, which would seem to make a little bit more sense. So again, we could be doing that, right? Right now you're pumping the downside. Let's see how this keeps on developing on the next couple of 4 hour candles, right? You might come here, touch that 20 MA, try to bounce. Volatility open on the Bollinger Bands slightly, not as much as we had here, but again, also not as tight as we had here, right? So again, just keep an eye out for that. And let's go into the 1 hour, man. So on the 1 hour, man, higher. So again, really nice upsloping here as well. You know, so good stuff happening. Breaking down a little bit, taking a small break after those nice impulse ups. Try to pump again. Not making positive momentum here, and you're making positive momentum here. So from here to here, we'll be going down. From here to here, you would be going up from 0 to something. So again, you would have hidden bearish divergence, price continuation. Don't have it on the RSI. And you go higher here, and guess what? You're going from a positive to a less positive. So I'll get rid of this one. This one already played out to continuation, right? So we got continuation going. Sorry, man, if I'm analyzing way too far back, I do want to get a picture as to what's going on. So just bear with me for a second. You have divergence here. Bearish divergence, strong bearish divergence, price action to the downside. You got that nice spike going down. You're creating a lower low than the previous low, but you're also making more negative momentum, right? 4, and then this is 5. So again, yeah, also going lower here, so nothing from here to here. Now you would have developed from here to here bullish divergence, strong bullish divergence, just on the MACD, because on the RSI you're going lower still. So you got that pump to the upside. You still broke down. Guess what? You develop divergence again from here to here by going to 0, right? They're positive. Right to here. And you'll be going from here to here. And you will also be having that bullish divergence, right? From here. So you had it once, right? You got that pump, not strong enough, broke down again, developed that second divergence, right? Caught it also on the RSI, and you had that nice pump to the upside, right? Yeah, solid gains, Benny, for sure, man. Yeah, I wasn't aware of this coin, man. This was a short move, though. This was from, let's say, the bottom at here will be 56 cents, and you went to like 68 cents. So you did like a 10-cent move. Much better than Ripple for sure. But man, this coin on the daily, bro. Man, I wish I would have known about this coin back here. For sure. You're developing hidden hidden bullish divergence, right? Some continuation. Could have potential to the upside, downside, sorry, but you know, man, this got it at like 17 cents, all the way to 74 cents. Those are nice gains, bro. So thanks for bringing this project to my attention. I do want to know what they do now. I'm a little bit more curious, to be honest. So I'll write it down again. IXSEC. RLC. So again, I will look at this and try to see what they do and why they're pumping, man. Do you know if they have a partnership with Intel? Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's probably why, man. Did they sign this partnership somewhere around this time? So the 24th of September. Was it recently that they signed it? I'll look at dusk. I'll look at dusk, Benny. Give me 1 second, Ben. So do you know if do let me know if they signed a partnership somewhere around this area. September the 6th, if there were rumors, and if they signed it somewhere on September 24th, it might have been really good to have this information back then, because yeah, for sure, man, that is a very, very nice move to the upside, man. The whole month of October, it just pumped, man. It just went to heaven, man. So maybe there was some rumors around this area. Maybe they signed around this area, and boom, poof, hit the moon, right? So maybe they probably signed on October 20th. I'm not sure on this project, right? You can't see the screen. Okay, it's IXSEC. I'll type it out for you. That's the name. Anyways, man, it pumped really, really nice. So I'll do dusk real quick. Anyways, Benny, how are your classes going, man? Wow, okay, cool. I was looking against the US dollar calculated by TradingView from Binance. I wasn't looking against Bitcoin. If I was looking against Bitcoin, it would have been a different chart, man. If I was looking against Bitcoin, you would have seen the price of this go down, right? Because you're gaining strength against Bitcoin. Probably. That's the way it would look. So I'll look at that real quick. So I have it here, right? Oh, sorry. No, you're also getting against Bitcoin. So yeah, you're going the same way. If it was Bitcoin to IXSEC, the opposite, it would be going down, right? Because then it would be a flip. You would be doing Bitcoin to this coin. So I kind of flipped it. Don't matter, man. Education's education. If you're improving yourself, that's what matters, bro. It don't matter where it is, right? Don't sell it short. Don't downplay it, man. Education's education. What you learn there, you know, you can learn it anywhere else, bro. So again, just getting education is good, bro. Any kind of education is good. You know, it's worth more than sitting around watching Netflix all day. So any kind of education for sure. Yeah, Ben, I'm happy that you're doing something else, bro, for sure. Anyways, yeah, like you can see, you also pump against Bitcoin, gaining dominance against Bitcoin probably as well. So if I was doing Bitcoin, can I do it the opposite? It won't show it the opposite. I wanted to do Bitcoin to this, so I wanted to reverse it so we could see that chart going down. Again, you gaining dominance against Bitcoin, but it won't do it the opposite. So again, it will just do it from this to Bitcoin. Anyways, yeah, I'll do dusk real quick. So I did have dusk somewhere around here. Let me look at it because we've looked at it here before. So dusk, here we go. Dusk on the daily, having a nice pump today. 0.05 cents. 0.58. So what is going on with this, man? Let's see if I can see something here. Oh man, shit. Almost nothing. 12, 11. So slightly lower again. You need to come up here, and this will probably get to this level, and you won't get up this high. You might create some divergence there. hidden bearish, so potential price action to the downside. Yeah, I wanted to invert it. Yeah, I can invert it. I'm not sure how, bro. I don't want to invert the chart and just like that, man. I want to invert the pairing. I want Bitcoin to IXX. I'm not sure how I can do it, man. I can. I don't do that usually here, so I don't want to flip it on the axis. I want to do the pairing differently, right? Like instead of going, like let's say, if you want to go to pesos to dollar, it's 17 pesos for a dollar. But if you want to go dollar to pesos, it's like 0.0 something dollars per peso, right? So it's the opposite. I wanted to look at an inverse chart, not inverted vertically, man. That I know I can do that, but I want to invert the pairing. And if I can do that, if someone knows and wants to let me know, that would be cool. Anyways, like I said, man, on Dusk, right? What's going on with Dusk? We're going slightly lower right now. Also lower here on that positive momentum, and lower on your RSI. So you're just going with the market, sitting over that 20 MA, bouncing off that 20 MA, contraction happening on the Bollinger Bands. Again, looks like you're moving sideways, right? You're sitting at prices, when you were up here 2 days ago, you were sitting at prices that you were hitting on mid-October, right? So again, not much going on, and those prices are still the prices that you were hitting on September 26th. Look at the line, man. Right now you're sitting at those prices, at least September 28th. So it has not recovered very well, but it just moves sideways, right? And you're getting this thing don't look too good, man. You move downwards, right? I'm not sure if this is the beginning of this coin, but you pump downwards, you try to recover, and since then you have just been selling. Again, maybe it came out from an ICO and people sell usually. That could potentially happen. But a couple days ago, let's say October 26th, you were making your lowest low yet on this coin. So let me do a 4 hour. Oh, not the best looking, bro. Going higher, right? Even though you have data here, but you're going high, higher, high, higher, high. You know, all within the same island, right? But you're going from here to here, dude. From different islands, you're making bearish divergence, price action to the downside. You've seen it play out. I'm not sure if this is the bottom of it yet, but you're trying to recover a little bit, and you know, right now you're starting to move to the downside again. So, making, if anything, on the bottom part, from here to here, or even here, right? You would have hidden bullish divergence, price continuation. But again, your major trend has been down sloping. The more micro one, I mean, here will be up sloping. So again, that's probably why you're trying to pump. But I'm not sure if that's going to be a strong pump, right? View Dusk on CoinMarketCap. View Dusk on CoinMarketCap. Yeah, I'll check out Dusk on CoinMarketCap in a second. Could be the beginning of a good run. You bought at 567. You bought this at 567, then you're good, man. You probably got in around this area, maybe. 567. Seems like you have recovered, man. At least your investment right now. So let's keep on looking at this and see how it keeps on developing, right? Do you have that divergence here? No, you don't have divergence on the RSI, right? And do you have that divergence here? No, you don't have that divergence on the RSI either. All divergences are just developing on the histogram. Now, like I said, some contraction of the Bollinger Band sitting below that 20 MA right now. Positive, negative momentum dying out, and sitting neutral on the RSI 52.04. So let's go into the 1 hour. On the 1 hour. So again, lower than this. Again, going lower on that positive momentum, making higher now, higher than the previous positive momentum. So you're going good with the market in this area. Here you're going from a... Here you would be having... hidden, and this is a positive, dude. This is just a zero right here, right? So again, it will be neutral. So you're going from neutral to high. You're converging on that top part. Remember, you're creating a hidden bearish divergence, price continuation. But again, dude, I'm not sure what this continuation is going to be because you're getting some sideways motion, and your more major trend is down sloping. So it could be that it goes down. And right now, you're actually undoing the previous 1 hour candle. So watch out for this. What is this here? 59.04, 59.35. This is also going slightly higher on the RSI. So again, you will also have that hidden bullish divergence on your RSI. Right, I'm exaggerating it so you can see it because otherwise it would look really flat. Let me pause this real quick, reload the playlist, and get over those pesky Spotify ads. Yeah. Anyways, that would be for this coin. Again, are we doing something on the bullish side? I doubt it. This is too far back, dude. If it was gonna play out, it would have already played out. But you're going lower, and this would be 3. Okay, so you're flatlining here, right? And you're going lower, right? And that would be weak bullish divergence that you're getting on your price against your MACD, but you don't have it on your RSI, right? You're going lower on your RSI as well. So some price action to the upside again is weak. You got it, right? But you're just moving sideways, right, until here. And from here to here, you're going lower still. So again, negative momentum going there. And from here to here, you're building positive. So if anything, I mean, from here to here, and it's just very micro, man. I wouldn't even like feel good calling this part, but from here to here, you're going from a negative to a positive to a lower low than the previous low. You'll be creating bullish divergence, price action to the upside. You're seeing it play out. But this is also higher. So again, just that'll be it on the bottom part, right? So again, you would also need to have it on your RSI. So we go from here to here. That would be it for this coin, man. Like I said, right now I'm not sure if this is gonna keep on bumping to the upside or not. Let me see if I can do a pattern for this. If I wanted to use wicks on the 1 hour, I'll use these wicks, right? There we go. Right, you can probably see this. It's slightly higher. You should have more or less the same height. And if anything here, I would have called, if I was analyzing this more often, I would have probably called this head and shoulders pattern, right? Doesn't have quite a double top, but you would have gotten this neckline here, right? I just drew it there. And then if you break, you would get the head to the body, to the neck, sorry, movement. They kind of hit that move, almost. Well, not quite, but, you know, I'm trying to hit it at least. And I would have said that you developed a head and shoulders, and you would have potentially broken down, which you did, man, right? Right now you're trying to recover from that. You don't have anything on the inverse. Sorry, man. I'm still trying to look for stuff here that I can see, man. So I'm going to 4 hours, see if I have another pattern going on, because this head and shoulder you don't have on the 4 hour. If anything, like I said, you're in a slightly upsloping channel. You could, if you ignore this wick, you're in an upsloping channel. If you don't ignore it, you're probably making a symmetrical triangle of sorts. Right, so from here to here and then here. Right, so you would be potentially in this pattern right now. This is not a head and shoulders. Ignore it. That shoulder is much lower than this. Yeah, I wouldn't call this a head and shoulder right here. And then on the daily, again, you could say that you are also within that triangle, right? So again, you would be sort of in a symmetrical triangle, probably waiting for a move to happen on dusk. So yeah, does anyone have any other coins that you want me to look at? I can certainly look at them. I don't mind. So if you just put them on the chat, we have 9 people tuned in. So if you guys want me to look at something in particular, stocks, other assets, and cryptos, put them on the chat and we can look at them. You did want me to look at Kroger groceries. Their ticker, let's see. Let's do Kroger on, what do you want? The Mexican version of Kroger's or the US? I'm kidding, man. We'll look at the US version of Kroger's. There is a Mexican one also, apparently, and I didn't know they were quoting on the Mexican exchange. But anyways, let's look at the Kroger, man. Fuck, man. Kroger had a nice jump, man, on the daily, bro. Fuck, dude. I haven't looked at news today, but they did freaking move nicely, bro. That is a freaking nice move, man. Dude, $25. all the way to, let's say you would have bought in the previous day, right? You would have gotten in the previous day. On what? Let's see if there's data here. Nice rich data that we can use to like say something. Anyways, you're going higher than the previous high. Let's go farther back to the next island. Where are we at here, man? 19, 22. So obviously you're going higher. You don't have any bearish divergence yet. You just impulse up. You might start to consolidate, right? You could impulse up again and then try to consolidate, but right now you're impulsing up still. Remember, the market closed for stocks, so right now what we're looking at is just the data fixed to what we have at that point in time. And again, this would have been today, bro. That is a very nice jump. Do you know if there was any news regarding this? Anyways, before you tell me that, you were also overbought. You're sitting at 75.03. That was a freaking nice move, man. I'm still amazed to see this sorts of gain in the stock market. You don't see this many gains, right? Would have been sorry, man. Let me measure these the opposite way. An 8% gain, bro, on the stock market on a day. That's just amazing, dude. That's pretty good. Let's see. Let's look at richer data, right? For the stocks, they do have a lot of data. So I'm gonna look at the weekly and see what's going on. Again, this week just starting, you're doing that nice green candle. Yeah, you have bullish divergence, bro. So from here to here, you're going lower, right? From here to here, you're going inwards. So again, dude, if this was a signal that you were looking for, and we were looking at this on July the 22nd, or that week, man, you would have seen that really nice play to the upside, right? And right now, the only thing on the weekly is that you're developing right now, at least to here, into what's going on with the weekly, you're developing bearish divergence right now. However, this green bar is still developing, so it could keep on going, right? So yeah, I'll check on Bloomberg, man. Nice price action to the upside, man. So again, this is more immediate, right? That's what we want to look farther back, right? This is a weekly. It's a larger enough time frame. Doesn't matter what happened here. What matters is what's happening on the last couple of weeks. So you had that divergence pump to the upside. You're developing that bearish divergence right now, pump to the downside potentially. However, you're still developing. Now, do you have this on the RSI? No, you're going lower. And here you are going higher. So you don't have anything going on the RSI. Divergence-wise, you just have it on your histogram. So again, let's go back to the daily, man. You don't have that divergence. This should stay back in the week. Let's send you back to the week, man. There we go. And you should also go back to your weekly. Like I said, man, these things keep on popping up. Wait, see, it's weird, man. Anyways, send you back to the weekly as well. And send you back to the weekly, right? Where's the settings? Here we go. Send you back to the weekly. There we go. So let's look. Here you have a data island that you can't ignore, right? But on the shorter frame, you would have gone from here to here. Here. Call bullish divergence, right? And then this is 22, 25. Again, it wouldn't have played out to here, right? Here you're going slightly higher. But on the weekly, you do have that one. So again, on the daily, you don't have it. On the weekly, you do have it. And shorter frame, you're pumping probably because of that weekly divergence. Again, stocks with so much data, you have to look at larger time frames. Unless you're trying to do day trading, I wouldn't suggest going lower than if you're swing trading the stocks. The lowest you probably want to go is the 4 hours at most. But you want to stay on the daily for swing trading on stocks, because otherwise you're doing day trading, and then if you don't have 25,000 on your bank account or your trading account, you're probably gonna fall into the pattern day trader, and you're gonna get if you do three trades in a week on you're probably gonna get your account frozen. So sorry about that. You did have divergence from here to here. I was just noticing that. So sorry, man. I'm trying to like look at this chart. I've never charted before. So again, bullish divergence again. You didn't have it from here to here, but you did create again from here to here. It would have been your in, right? It would have been your entry point. You do have it on the RSI as well here, man. So see, from here to here. Sorry, not from here to here. Opposite, from here to here. There we go. From here to here, you don't have it, right? So from here to here, you don't have that divergence. You did cut it on the second one on your RSI. You're seeing that nice pump to the upside, right? So again, on your RSI right now, going higher. Also going higher here, but not higher than this previous island, right? Here to here, you had bearish divergence. Sorry, man. It's gonna be too much data that I gotta look at real quick. But for me to you're developing that, you're going with the market on the RSI, right? You can see you're going higher. I wanted to draw that line on the MACD histogram. Sorry, there we go. You're having that divergence, bearish price action down, so you got it. Now, why are you pumping short term? Kind of need a reversal and pump more. Maybe it's from the divergence on the weekly, man, that you're still pumping, right? Because divergence from the weekly would have been from here to here, and that's what pumped you to the upside. So again, that's why we look at different time frames, right? So let's go into the 4 hour, man. More immediate, right? I don't like looking at the 4 hour for sure, man. I hate the 4 hour on stocks. Yeah, what I can see is that from here, I gotta zoom in, bro, and then the time frame gets really fucked up. Sorry about that. Okay, so from here to here, you're having hidden bearish divergence, price continuation. Again, you're pumping right now, right? So price action to the upside potentially, right? Even though your major trend was slightly down sloping, your more minor trend was up sloping, so probably got that. And I gotta see if there were news on this, man. Anyways, I don't want to look at the 1 hour. So I wouldn't. This is just happening like the last. What was this? 9:30. Fuck, bro. So sorry. This would be 8:30 a.m. to 9:30, right? If you're swing trading, the first hour is when there's more volatility in the market. Sorry, if you're day trading, so that's when you want to make your trades, right? The beginning of the market. See this beginning of the market, 7:30. Beginning of the market, right? Moving to the downside. Again, when you're day trading, you want to take your positions early on, and then when an hour and a half, you know, the market's done. It's just usually where the more violent moves happens. Again, impulse up consolidation happening. Not the best looking form of consolidation on the 1 hour. Again, dude, this is awkward, man. It looks like this. You couldn't really chart this as a flag, man, because you do have that weird thing going on the top. Anyways, and for day trading, you have to look at pre-market data. Bloomberg, I cannot open Bloomberg websites. I'm limited in the number of articles, and I've already hit it. So I know that for a fact. But I will look at those news from these guys, certainly, and see what happened with it. Anyways, on the 1 hour, sitting high on your RSI at 80.90, definitely overbought. Also on your 4 hour, overbought at 81.28, and on the daily you're also overbought at 75, and on the weekly I believe you're fine. You're hitting bought at 64.08. But very nice pump, bro. That I can say really, right. That's Kroger, man. You know, from the 4 hour, again, you would have gotten that bearish divergence. You wouldn't have it on the other side, and then on daily, like I said, I had that bearish divergence, price action to the downside. I'm not sure. Let me see this. Now you're definitely going higher. So again, yeah, nothing here, man. It's just regular market movement, I guess, on the daily, right? And you got that pump today. So that's it for this coin. Sorry, not coin. This stock. Do you guys want to look at something else? Do let me know, and I'll check it out. Yeah, probably. I just have too much stuff in history, man, that I don't want to... yeah, I should do that, man. I'm probably going to get a browser to look at Bloomberg. Just like a different browser. I don't want to be looking at it. I don't want to erase my data on this browser for sure. I do have a lot of data here that I do want to have on cache and on history. But I can download another browser. I can like get something else. Let's go back to the Bitcoin, right? See what the Bitcoin is doing. The hour about to close in 9 minutes. What is Bitcoin doing? on the hour. Recovering. Breaking above that 20 MA. Again, if we move, remember we're creating contraction on the Bollinger Bands. And usually you tend to stay within the Bollinger Bands until you break out and then you want to get back in. So we could potentially, in theory, break outside of the Bollinger Bands, touch this upper part, which would be 9,400. Yeah, 9,400 almost spot on, right? 9,407. I probably that. Yeah, another browser. Yeah, that's what I want to do, man. Yeah. Not much going on with Bitcoin since we looked at it. Just moving to the upside. Right now we're sitting below 20 MA again, you know. Yeah, whatever, man. Let's look at Ethereum. See, on Ethereum, we didn't have this. I'm sure we didn't have this when I was looking at the 1 hour. Because I'm pretty sure I would have called it out. Still developing though, just keep that in mind. You're going from positive, right, to a higher high, but with negative momentum. And on your RSI, you also will be going, lower. But I'll take it from this point to this point. Right? You would have a bearish divergence price action to the downside potentially. However, like I said, this is still developing, right? You can certainly start making positive momentum. I'm not sure how much positive momentum is going to take you to break this. Sorry, positive price action. You would certainly need a pump that would really signify that you probably touch this upper part, and then you probably make a green island that would get you here, and then potentially move to the upside, right? Why do I not have these charted? Did I miss it when we were doing the stream? Maybe. Bearish divergence, price action to the downside. Got it played out, touched up 20 MA, bounced off it. Maybe I missed this when I was doing the stream. Because I also don't have it here. FML. Why didn't I see this, man? Huh. Not sure if I did Ethereum on the hour then. Did I jump from the 4 hour to Ripple? Anyways, yeah, that we have that divergence right now that I'm looking at is obvious as day. Of course, like I said, looking in retrospect, it's much easier to see things. But right now, again, this is developing, right? So anything higher than here and staying below this price, this positive momentum bar, right, would create bearish divergence. So higher than this, even touching this and going lower here would create bearish divergence. So again, just keep that in mind. You have to get at least to this bar and move up, right? Past this bar, sorry, and move up. If you hit the bar spot on and you're moving up, of course, you're still going to create bearish divergence, right? Chatter of a coin, Fed coin. No, the only thing I heard about the Fed is that they're coming with the Fed Now, which is a payment system to make like faster payments. But I haven't heard anything about a Fed coin. I do believe they're getting a lot of pressure from who else was coming with one. I think today or yesterday it was. Fuck, man, I forgot the name of the country. Turkey, right? They were saying that they were probably gonna come up with their own crypto coin, the Turkey lira or whatever the coin is. I'm not sure. Turkish lira, and who else was going to come out with a coin? China, right? So again, probably the U.S. feeling pressure of that. But I haven't heard anything about like a U.S. coin or a Fed coin, right? What I've heard is that they do need to find a way to speed up the way payments happen to the Fed. Anyways, I'll leave this where it is so we can keep track tomorrow where things were at. And we're going to here. Right? This would be right now 001. So we're making a very, very tiny positive momentum island. Again, giving some validity to this divergence. Like I said, this new positive momentum still developing. You can still pump and negate it. This is going to take you more. NVIDIA. Yeah, sure. NVIDIA. Let's see again. We want to look at the weekly first. Nice move to the upside. High, higher high, more positive momentum. Again, let me check that real quick. 292, 318, more positive momentum still. So again, within this island, you're not developing any divergence from the previous island, right? You can probably see it. I hope that it gets to the point where I don't see stuff and you guys can see it and point it out for me and be like, man, you didn't see that divergence? Of course, man. Yeah, I missed it. That would be great. Anyways, you can see that you're developing divergence right now. You need to get at least to this height and pass it, right? Let me make it straight. You need to get to this height and pass it to negate that divergence. That means you still gotta pump a little bit more. Right now, you're creating bearish divergence, potential price action to the downside. However, you're still developing positive momentum on the weekly. Right? You haven't finished developing this positive momentum. You have not stagnated. So you could keep on pumping. Again, this can get negated. Just keep it in mind, I'm not calling it out yet. I'm just pointing it out that it's potential that I get that divergence and bump to the downside, right? Apparently there is something here. What is this? E estimated 1.2. Okay, perfect. That's it for this on the on the weekly, right? That potential divergence. On the low part, you're going from a low, right, to a lower low. You had some hidden slanted divergence here, but anyways, from this point to this point, which is higher, you're creating less negative momentum. So again, you don't have anything going on your RSI either, so you're just going with the market on the RSI, and the only divergence that you would have right now would be here. From here to here going higher, here going lower. Again, yeah, going with market movements on the RSI, divergence bearish on the weekly. So let's go into the 1 hour, sorry, the daily. And now let me look at the daily chart. Okay, so this is going to be obvious, man. You have divergence from here to here. Price action to the downside. You move to the downside, of course, just as expected. You're making a higher low than the previous one with less negative momentum. Let me look here, shorter term. Okay, so here in the shorter term, from here to here, you were creating like slanted divergence, right? You also have it on the RSI. So you have that price action to the upside here. You don't have it on the RSI. That lost it, right? So again, bearish divergence, right? Price action to the downside. Sorry if I started to speak really slowly. I was doing some inner thinking. Just looking at a couple of days back, divergence, price action to the downside, you broke down, created some bullish divergence. Price action to the upside, you're getting it, and that's probably why you're still playing off. Low, right? Lower low, more negative momentum here, I guess. Let's see this, 115 and 116. Yeah, of course, a little bit more, also a little bit more here. So again, you will be just going with market movement to the upside. Are you creating divergence though? Yes, you are. Watch out for this. You're going from a high to another high, right? A higher high, and then from that high to another higher high. And even though this is happening within the same island, you can go from here to here as well, right? And have it from this island, the previous island, and then you would go from here to here. You have divergence, right? Bearish divergence, price action to the downside. Then from more immediate one, you would go from here to here, right? Which would be this other line that we traced. You had divergence there as well. And then on this final one, you would also have divergence, right? So you have triple bearish divergence against the MACD. Next year, I'll look at that one, man. Again, like I said, it's supposed to be. Yesterday was supposed to be a really good, or today was supposed to be a really good day for the market. It was supposed to be record breaking. So from here to here, you're going higher, and now you're going lower. Okay, so watch out. You're catching this tail end divergence, right? This end, you're right. So you didn't have it here on this first one. You didn't have it here, right? You had this bullish divergence on both. You didn't have that bearish divergence from here to here. You're going higher, right? From here to here, you're also going higher, but from here to the new high, you're actually going lower. So you have one divergence here, two divergence here, three divergence, and you're catching this end divergence on the RSI. You might potentially move to the downside on the daily. Keep an eye out for that over the next couple days. See how it behaves. If you move to the downside, you might touch that 20 MA. I'm not going to trace any resistances right now for this, although there would seem to be something around this area that you might be able to hit if you break that 20 MA, right? Yeah, you kind of touched around this area a couple times, right? Here you faced it as resistance twice, 1-2 times, and back here you kind of used it as support once. So again, I'm not going to pinpoint it right now. Just do know that there's an area of resistance at around, support at around 185.34, and your 20 MA right now, it's probably going to be around 198 tomorrow, maybe. So keep an eye out for that one, right? Look at holy shit. I'm not sure if I can look at holy shit, man. No, I'm kidding. Let's look at NXTC. NXTC. Next cure. Did they cure something? Fuck. Damn. What the fork? Yeah, bro. Now I do understand your comment of holy shit. Let's look at the weekly and see what's going on with this. I don't have data going farther back, so this thing just get listed this year. What do these guys do? I'm not even sure what they do. So on the weekly, there's nothing. There's nothing on the freaking histogram that's showing up. So I only have the RSI to go on. You're going higher again, you go lower, and then you're going higher than the previous one. So you don't have any divergence here. Bearish. So nothing on the weekly. Look at the daily. What is this at? 52, 44. Again, here you would have been developing bearish divergence, right? Slightly from in here and from in here, but you don't have it on your RSI. So then from here to here, you would have moved up again. So 44 to 49 again, you would be going with the market. So, going with the market here, and then from here to here, you would have probably developed bearish divergence again. You got this small move to the downside, you kind of pumped again, creating divergence again from here to here. So I'm just gonna start tracing it right in small trenches, like from there to there, from there to there. You will be going slightly higher here to here, and here to here, right? Pinpoint that one there. Again to here, going higher, and let's see, this would be 43, this would be 44, so you would be going slightly higher. You wouldn't have divergence to here. Then you had a nice move to the upside, you negated that divergence. So if you don't have divergence, why did you break down? Right? You had divergence back here, you don't have it here. Then you started to break down a little bit, try to make it higher, or try to recover. Failed. Move to the downside. I'm not even sure what these guys do. I don't have any. There might be some. What do you call this? Some fundamentals that I'm not seeing, right? Because I haven't followed the news for this, so I would have to develop, maybe go a little bit deeper in the news to see why this movement to the downside and why this freaking bump to the upside, man. Did they get approval for something? Did they have a patent that they were going on to go on with that maybe got approved that they are pumping? Man, I'm not sure why this pump. It is freaking nice. Don't get me wrong, and it's slightly higher than this pump. This pump would be at 89.17. You're seeing right now at 90. So again, you're not developing any kind of bearish divergence yet. Close to developing it on the RSI, but not there. From here to here, let's see, 147, 139. So again, you will be going lower here, right? Creating some bullish divergence, price action to the upside against the MACD, but not on the RSI. And then here it just looks very, very choppy because this large bar just messes around with the chart. See? Anyways, from in here, 47, 39 again going in, even though they look more or less the same height. I'll just exaggerate this a little bit and pull it out so you guys can see it. There we go. Might look a little bit better there. Yeah. Do you know if there was any news for this that would serve for this pump? Man, you went from $25 and hit all the way to $109, and right now you're closing at 92 on the daily, man, on one day. So again, what? There must be some news behind this. Something got approved. Something happened that caused this pump. Maybe they had a patent. They probably got approved for something. I'm not sure, man. So it is a 262% gain, man. Better than freaking Bitcoin right now for holding it for such a long time, right? So again, these gains you don't see that often in the stock markets unless something happened behind. So Motley Fool. This is a good news source. It debuted in May. Okay, cool. That's why we didn't have more data back. So at the moment, a SIG-Leg 15 antibody called it. It is the only new drug candidate in clinical stage testing. Okay, so there is a drug that is probably going to get approved, right? So again, I told you, there's probably some approval going on. Something has to happen for a pump like that. So in March, the company told us that showing tumors for lung cancer. Okay, so they do have a really good use case, experimental drug. Actually shut down immune system attack against foreign cells before neighboring healthy cells caught the fray. So okay, so it's preventing new cells from getting from catching what the sick cells are having. So again, stopping cancer growth. 2/4 sales of Merck company jumped 62% over a year, annualized 12 billion. Blah 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 blah. I don't care about that. What now? Before you run out and buy a heap of next year shares, it's important to understand just how difficult it is to draw any meaningful conclusions from the results we've seen so far. The ongoing proof of concept is trial and testing in 6 single dosage strengths. So okay, they do have some testing. It probably came out positive. They probably come out with some news about that help with this on November 9th. Decided for immunology cancer meeting next year. We'll present results for all 43 patients who have been treated with its lead candidate. Okay, so they're gonna have something come out on November the 9th. So again, we're probably getting some pre-hype, right? Some of those by the rumors. So how much can it pump? Well, right now we were more of a pullback, right? Because some people probably are taking profit at these levels. So you might get a pullback. On the 4 hours, it's just happening only in 4-hour tranches. So let's look. Again, the major moves happening on the first hours after market open, right? 8:30, 9:30, 10:30. So again, the first hours of the market for day trading is what you want to trade. And like I said, there's probably a lot of speculation going on behind this, right? On what the news are going to be. So just be careful if you're going to buy this. Keep in mind that you might be FOMOing in, right? You're probably going to get... I'm not sure if this is going to keep on pumping up. It's pumping on news. It's pumping on rumors about news that are going to come out on November the 9th of a drug trial and the results that they're going to have. But maybe some people are getting ahead and believe that they had positive results, and that's what's going to pump. That's what this article would seem to suggest, just on quick reading. But again, dude, I hadn't looked at it. It's probably best to wait for a little bit more confirmation that the pair responses observed so far wasn't just mirage, right? So again, they probably want to do more testing. Again, if this comes out positive, and they do have a proper lung cancer treatment, this could probably blow through the roof, man, and go really, really high, man, for sure. But you have to wait and see what happens, right? So right now you would be buying the rumors, and I'm not sure if you would just be buying the top of the rumors right now. I'm not sure how much gains you can have on this. Again, going at your own risk, I'm not sure if I would buy at this price. For me, it's expensive, right? It's a 200% increase on markup on whatever the price was for this. But it might be worth the risk, man. This could go to 1,000, right? On rumors. It could, after the news come out, if they're positive, it could go really high, right? So again, if it's at 1,000 and it's worth $92, was it worth it to buy it? Yeah, you got a 10 times increase on your money, right? But if the news are negative and it crashes, you probably bought in at a premium. So again, it just depends on the outlook. Right now, the outlook would have been, if I would have gotten the news before and I would have known about this, I probably would have bought in days before. But not knowing and just seeing this news article that came out and seeing how much of it is speculation, personally, I wouldn't buy it right now. And again, I'm comfortable losing on seems to be 30 seconds to 2-minute lag. Yeah, I told you guys, I am lagging, man. Like I said, personally, I wouldn't buy this right now because I believe I would be buying at a premium and I wouldn't feel comfortable buying because I'm not sure if I'm buying the top of the rumors, right? So again, for me, it's a no-go. Again, your mile may vary. I'm not a financial advisor. You guys make your own decision. I'm not sure how much risk you're willing to take. I'm not willing to take that risk right now. For me, it wouldn't be worth to buy it. I mean, if the news come out and they're positive, this, like I said, could potentially go up. If the news come out and they're negative or neutral, this will probably tank again to $30, and you're probably going to lose a lot of money, right? So be careful, measure your risk. Like I said, for me, the risk outweigh the rewards right now. So I wouldn't buy this. If I would have known about this a couple days ago, like I said, I probably would have bought it. But right now, don't feel comfortable buying it. Right? That's my take on this stock. But again, you can do whatever you guys want. I just personally wouldn't get into it. If I would have gotten in today, man, I would have been super happy with this, right? 200% gains. But it could certainly quickly turn into 70% losses, right? So again, that's a lot of dough to lose. And at 92, you're really buying at a premium, man. You're buying 3 times what it would cost you to get in back here, bro. $25. So again, you guys, it's probably more, man. It's like, if it was $25 and it went all the way to 92, it's probably more than 200%. I probably missed measure on the way up. And 251. Yeah. Weird. So 50, 75. Yeah. So 2.5 times. Yeah, it would seem about right. Anyways, do you guys want to look at? I know I have lag. Let me know if you want me to look at something else. And I'll do something real quick while you guys catch up to the stream. 1. Okay, so I got about 12-second delay right now. At least to what I can see on my stream, right? Like I said, I always keep a running copy of the stream, so I know where we're at. And for me, it just showed up as a 12-second lag. You might have more. If you're not seeing it, make sure that little like live button, it's clicked. Maybe you fell behind the stream. And if you hit live, it'll take you to right now. Well, right now it's going to be the future again. But, I'll take you to where we're at right now on the stream. Our current part of the stream. With less lag than 2 minutes. But yeah, let me know if you guys want to look at something else. I'm having a blast tonight. I am happy that we're looking at some stocks that are actually doing a lot more and a lot more exciting than the cryptos, right? Because the cryptos are just kind of like stagnating. So again, this would certainly have a little bit more pump and bring a lot more fun into the stream, right? Anyways, looking on the 1 hour, there's no divergence, right? You're still going up, you're still going higher on your RSI, even though you're going less higher. You're also going higher on your RSI, sorry, and your histogram. So again, no divergence going on. You might start developing divergence tomorrow, maybe, if it doesn't pump again. There might be some hype going on. This thing will be going out on the 9th, so again, beginning probably of next week, they said, or Sunday. I'm not even sure when the 9th is. Let's look at the calendar. 9th, Saturday. So Saturday, they're probably gonna give results for this, right? On November 9th, at the Society for Immunotherapy of Cancer meeting, we'll present the results, right? So yeah, wait and see why that happens then. Yeah. Anything else? So it's one of those times that I wish I was more into the pharma news, and I'm usually not so much into the pharma news. In my day work, I do deal a lot more with minerals, so I'm a lot more integrated with the minerals, and I do know that there's some refineries that are going to come online in China next year. The trade war is putting a dampening on the price of copper. There is a belief that copper should be higher in price. And when those those refineries come online, those smelters and refineries come online, there will potentially be a higher demand for copper, right? And that might bring the price of copper to the upside still. So, see, I'm a little bit more well-versed on minerals than any other industry, for that matter. But again, it is one of those things where I wish I could have more free time to actually sit and look at news and figure out what is going to happen on the rest of the market, so I could take positions like on this. Anyways, I do believe that you guys should be getting up to the stream by now, and I'm not getting any requests. So if there's no requests that come within the next minute or so. So it's 11:16. Let's say 11:18. If there's no requests by 11:18, I'm probably gonna call it quits on the stream. We've been live for 2 hours and 17 minutes, and I'm happy to be live here with you guys sitting here. But I do have to work tomorrow, and there's still stuff I gotta do after the stream, uploading the video, tagging it, etc. So yeah, let's wait and see what happens with this, right? Bitcoin new candle, red. Previous candle closed above the 20 MA. Again, we're getting indecision on Bitcoin going on, right? I'm doing it, redoing it, I'm doing it. Fuck, man. I wish this would like point to something. Anyways, we're not getting that 200% move on this, right? And that would be really freaking nice, man. Anyways, who said the stock market wasn't good for making money, right? Yeah. So 8 people tuned in. Guys, if you like what we do, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell so you're notified when we go live. We're live every day at 9 p.m. Central, except when we have like time changes, and where I live, I do shift a week before you guys do sometimes. So FLGT, right, cool. Look at that one. FLGT. They're also quoting on the Mexican Stock Exchange. So okay, so let's do the NASDAQ. FLGT on the daily apparently had a nice pump. It gapped up a lot. It gapped from 946. Sorry, the closing would have been down here. 941 and opened at 11. And then it closed at 13. So again, this would have been a very, very nice stock to know. Let's see from in here. 38%. Right, so what is going on? High, lower, high, again going lower, going higher, again, that's fine, you're negating that. You shouldn't ignore this data because it's very valid. But if you want to go back here, you would be technically going higher than this high. And look at where you're at on that momentum. You're lower, so you could potentially develop some bearish divergence. Again, you're ignoring some data. I don't feel comfortable doing that. But if you wanted to do it because you felt it was right, you wouldn't have it on your. You would also have it on your RSI, right? So you would be going from here to here. From here to here. You should want to go from the previous island, right? You don't want to ignore islands, but if you wanted to, if you chose to ignore them, that would be what you would do it. Anyways, from here to here, had divergence, and that one I can call comfortably because I can tell you have it, and you also have it on your RSI. So you had bearish divergence. You were going to break to the downside. Kind of broke down slowly, but again, in the stock market, sometimes since you look more in the daily for swing trading, they do take longer times to develop. Let's look at the weekly, man. On the weekly, you're definitely developing divergence, right? You're going from this height to this to a low right now. However, this is still developing. You're having a very, very nice week. Again, a 38% increase, right? Trying to figure out low, higher, low again, going higher, that's fine. Going higher here, again, that's fine. Going higher here. Yeah, you're not going lower, so from here to here, you would have hidden bullish price continuation. You're in an uptrend. You kept on pumping to the upside. Would have been here. You were going with the market, right? And so everything that's happening is here right now. Also, were there news for this? Again, my question. For this to happen, there has to be something approved, or patent, or something. Some news had to come out. You don't get these jumps in the stock market just off. It's hard to get them just off technicals. And if anything, from here to here, and from here to here, you would have hidden bullish divergence, price continuation. Again, you're going up, so you're pumping. That would seem to make sense, but not that much of a pump, right? This has to come back by some news. Again, like I said, you're developing divergence, right? So again, I'll send stuff to where it belongs because it just clutters the chart. From here to here, you'll be going to 0. Alright. Again, this is still developing. It can still undeveloped. This should be from the daily. So I'll send that to the daily. Send that to the daily as well. And that to the daily. Sorry that I had to clear this, man. I do this all the time, and then for some reason it just ignores it and it just keeps showing it up wherever it wants. So sorry about that. We have these divergences that we traced here. This should go to the daily. And then we talked about the daily, right? Again, sitting over the 20-minute with some nice gappage to the upside. Yeah, you're going higher here. You're going higher here. Go lower. So again, yeah, no divergence there. Carrying a lower low than the previous low. Definitely in there. Yeah, that's it. What happened with this? FLGT, Flu Genetics. They probably also have something on trials. Let's look at news. Yeah, they came out with Q3 revenues, right? That's probably why it's pumping. 84% year over year, so year on year they grew, right? They're 40% higher today, and the company reported record revenues in Q3 2019. Yeah, that's it, dude. There's news, right? Yeah. Thanks, man. You just caught up with me, I guess, when I did this, or I just saw your comment. But yeah, again, when you see those pumps, there's something behind it on the stock market. It's not like crypto when there's FOMO or there's rumors going on around, right? But on the stock market, you do have news that come out, and then you see those like nice pumps. Yeah. So yeah, we're not that far off when we look at stuff, right? We do tend to be spot on. At least on the crypto market, we're pretty spot on. On stocks, I mean, I do know that there has to be something that back that, right? It's not like just you get it out of thin air, right? Like I said, there is something to back it. That's it. Anyways, guys, tomorrow there's another day. We can look at more stuff again. It is 11:30 p.m. for me. I do want to get some shut-eye tonight, and I do still have stuff I do need to do before the day ends. So I will call it a day for tonight. Thank you, Anonymous, for being here, and thank you for your contributions to the stream by placing stuff that we can look at. Also, Benny, thank you for bringing out some coins that we can look at. Thank you guys for chatting. It certainly makes it more engaging and a lot more fun for me to be here. And like I said, there's 8 people tuned in. If you guys like what we do, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell so you're notified when we go live. I'm not sure who the 8 people are. You guys that are quiet and lurking, you should say hi. We're pretty friendly, and you can also contribute, right? You can also ask for us to look at stuff. I don't charge you guys to look at stuff. It's free, dude. Just so take advantage of that, and then we can all look at stuff together and learn more. Also, if you know stuff that is going on that we haven't seen or that we don't know, it's fine if you guys just want to point it out. Anyways, guys, that'll be all for today. Talk about crypto to your families. Talk about crypto to your friends. Let them know that we're here. We're the best place to come and learn. We're certainly a very, very neutral site. We don't, we don't give into FOMO. We don't give into FUD, but we're also not moon boys, dude. We really keep things balanced, and then you can make really informed decisions, right? That will be all for today. Again, if you like what we do, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell. I'll catch you guys tomorrow at 9 p.m. Central. So tune in. That'll be all. Thanks, guys.